Hey everybody, I'm Elena and today I'm gonna walk you step by step really into detail as to how I managed to conceal to the very best potential that it can be done my under eye bags and dark circles, which are really problematic, and I am really confident, pretty confident, like 99.8% confident that if you follow the steps that I'm gonna walk you through, you're gonna have a really good result as well. Again, this is not surgery, this is not magic, but it's gonna make a huge difference into your lives. So if you wanna see how I achieve this, how I make this happen, please keep on watching. You guys, so I will specifically talk about how to conceal, let me just turn the lights off for a second. Do you see this under eye bags? This is what I'm trying to get rid of best as possible. So this is going to be the trick. Beforehand, all I have to say, there are so many tricks, but this is how to conceal under eye bags. It's not going to do a miracle. You're not going to get rid of them, but it's going to conceal way better. I feel like I do this every single video, but I never explain myself into detail as to how I do it. So I want to go a bit more into detail. I will apply the rest of the face, but we will focus mainly on that. So first things first, I cannot emphasize that enough. You have to have your skin prepared. I am a big advocate of lightweight layers of products because then it's less cakey. So for instance, if you don't have a skin routine or a primer or something, that it's an all-rounder would be, there's this glare though, so sorry. This Olay Complete Lightweight Day Fluid Moisturizer with an SPF of 15, I would highly recommend this. I use this on my clients and whatnot. And today, this is gonna be a breeze though, because I already have a video on this. This is the second time around that I'm wearing this, and I am wearing this on camera as well. This is a Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation. This is a lightweight to medium coverage foundation, and it's got hydrating serum. I didn't check at the end of the day, but after all day long, I feel like it performed just as well wearing primer than not wearing primer. It was a tad like, if my skin was oilier, I would have had to touch up my forehead, my T-zone basically. But since my skin is more in the dry spectrum, I didn't have to touch it, but it started to show, you know, I started to feel like I was wearing foundation. Nothing big, nothing crazy, but just letting you know it's not like you get to the end of the day like the Fit Me one and you feel just the same. I started to feel a little bit of shine and whatnot, but yeah. Other than that, it faded out. It didn't fade out or anything like that. It looked good altogether. A little bit of shines here and there, but nothing major that you cannot work with a blotting paper. So just letting this out there to the world to know, and maybe if you have a combination to oily skin, you might not be wanting to be using this because it's got hydrating serum, so you know it might interact with your skin. I don't know because my skin again, but it might. So I'm just gonna go ahead and now I can confidently apply a couple pumps because I know it's what worked for me. But first I always recommend that you go from less to the coverage that's necessary. Don't go overboard beforehand. And here you can see the first thing that I do that I think many people don't do is first, not many people, there's to each its own, but I like to apply foundation first. And I never leave the under eye area untouched, as you probably will see right now. So I go all over because, you know, the eyelids and all the under eye area, it's a part of the face. So what I'm doing with this is I'm applying the foundation as I always would. It evens out the skin tone and everything if we're not creating some dramatic eye look. And yeah, I'm blending it into place. It is a breeze to apply this foundation nonetheless. But here, see, the foundation has already applied a layer of product on the under eye area. It's not enough, of course, because there is because there are dark circles and bags, but you know, we have a good start. So we don't have, maybe we can rely on something more lightweight. Enter a lightweight yet high coverage concealer. There are many concealers that are fluid, they are not thick and pasty and creasy. They blend really well. The star of the show, drugstore price, age rewind, even though it's for more mature skin. This provides a really good coverage, and it's really lightweight, so it blends really well, and it doesn't tend to crease at all. So now, first I'll just go ahead and apply a little bit of primer onto my eyes. Like, we could do primer with the concealer, but today we're talking about the under eye bags and dark circles. Now, we're not going for an Instagram look, right, on an everyday basis. So we just want to conceal, but we don't want to be doing the, like, you could work with a brush, just this area, just like that, and highlight it. But my tip from me to you, go from the inner corner, bring it all the way out to the tip of your eye. Bring it a bit down, but not so much that you create this big triangle. And just under the back, go up again. So you create like this Nike logo. So again, the tip, because there's always redness in there. A little bit down, but not so much so. Bring it up. Maybe I went too down in here today. See, when I try to show something, I always mess up. Now, I don't know, we can wait for a few seconds just to let it sit into place as I tell you this. And now we tap it gently. I always like to do this best, whether tapping with a brush, but if you have a sponge, it works better. So now this looks more awakened, but we're not blending it into place. We're just distributing the product, right? The concealer in this occasion. All right, so right at the bat, now we have the under eye area awoken. You know, there's no dark circles anymore in here. And as you can see, it's a product really affordable. Real affordable, it's on the €8 mark, but still it's drugstore. It's not dirt cheap, but it works wonderful. And this is gonna perform beautiful throughout the day. Now we will start tapping it into the skin. So you can spend good 30 seconds on each eye. Blend it outwards, a bit downwards here, just to blend it with the foundation, and up until the temple. But we didn't bring the concealer there, we're just bringing the remainders. So we create the most diffused effect possible. That noise is the ring though, it has like a little thingy inside. Okay. Alright, concealer is in place right now. Let me just turn out the ring light again. So we see a major change right now, right? Like now we have under eye bags, because that's a whole nother issue. But the dark circles are gone and we are not wearing a ton of product in here. Now, mind you, under eye bags, they have a volume in them, right? And then an indentation underneath. So all concealers tend to be light reflecting, even the most matte ones. This is a healthy moisturizer one, so it reflects a little bit the light. So now we do not need to be baking the under eye area because then it's gonna look really caked up. So all we want to do is to mattify it. Now, if we go ahead and mattify it with a brush, it's good, but the way that I found that it's the more seamless way to mattify is to take advantage of the wet beauty sponge again. So we take a setting powder, whichever one you have or at your reach, that's the premise, finely milled. Again, there are many high-end setting powders out there, but for instance, I am a huge fan of the NYX HD finishing powder in the color banana. Now, this powder, I think it's sold on the 8-9 euros range, so it's not dirt cheap, but still you get a bang for your buck, right? Now you have to be watchful. if you have a really cool undertone, that you're gonna find this checking at your veins in here. If they look greenish, you have a warm undertone. If they look bluish, you have a cool undertone. And if they don't look pretty defined, then you're neutral. For neutral and warm undertones, it's always best to set the under eye area with a yellowish powder such as this. And for cooler undertones, it's always best to set it with a pinkish powder. Now let me show you these powders that I'm talking about firsthand. So this would be, look, this is a, can you see the difference? This is a translucent powder. So this, it looks white, but once it's applied, it fades into nothing. Then enter the banana powder. This is not a really green powder. This is a really pale vanilla shade. Enter here. We apply it. See? And then we blend it. And for 80% of the skin tones, this is gonna work. Look, this is gonna work good. But if you are really, like I am cool toned, but sometimes I can still pull off warm tones, and I'm good with that. It doesn't look fake. But if you are, I don't know, who can we take a reference that everyone knows on YouTube? For instance, Bunny, Graveyard Girl. Her undertone is really cool. So she almost, you can see her pink neck, like really pink. Or Nikki Tutorials. Nikki Tutorials doesn't use the right of the call, but that's a whole other issue. Enter pinkish, because this is the loose powder, you guys. Undertone. As you can see, it looks pretty similar, you know, but this is a pinkish undertone. Not that it's pink, but it's a baby powdery pink. Now we press this. We can use whichever we want to. I tend to go with the press one, and then apply onto the skin. It's got the lightest pink undertone into it, almost like my nails, you know? This bridal pink, baby pink, blend it, it looks like nothing. But it's gonna provide you with the undertone needed, so be watchful of that. Now that you have chosen your undertone, today I will go with the banana-y shade, but again, finely milled powders, pink undertone. This is universal, neutral, or neutral to warm undertones. We don't want to be scraping here like hard, you know, with a sponge. We want to take the sponge and just even hardly pressing. Can you see? Now we will tap off the excess if there's any, and we will not be pressing hard onto the skin. We will be barely like butterfly kisses on the under eye area. Okay. Now for this video purpose, I will leave this undone up until I finish with this. So now there's still a huge amount of product left in here, which would be the one that goes on the other eye. But now we'll take the clean side of the sponge and I will set it into place. As you can see, it's not a crazy amount of product. It's just the littlest amount, just to mattify all the reflections of light that look gorgeous. For instance, on the cheeks, but in here they look terrible, so. Okay, so instantly this gives me a lift onto my under eye back that it's less apparent to the naked eye than in here that I have not mattified. Now let me turn off the light again. Can we hint a difference? Of course it is there, but it doesn't reflect the light as much as this one, so even though it is there and we didn't do any plastic surgery, we camouflaged it big time. And this, that I of course explained like really into detail, when you apply your makeup on your everyday basis, you know, in real life, most of us, we don't have an hour to sit there and work with products that are really specific for this and that, and you have to work them. We need something quick but effective. So enter this powder, for instance, this NYX HD powder, and this concealer, for instance. So we apply the foundation, and then it's like a no-brainer for us. We just go in here, we draw our concealer, blend it in a bit more, set it in place. And then we take a minimum amount of powder onto the sponge, apply it onto the face, set it into place. Now let me go ahead and do a close-up. Let's see myself if you're seeing the light coming from a window. There's the bags. Look straight ahead. Do you see any bags? I don't. They're here, but they are concealed. So that is my trick from me to you. I will apply the rest of the makeup for today. So there you have it. We made it to the end of the video. I really made a point that you made it here, even though if you sped up the rest of the video. The point is that I wanted to show you when applying the rest of the makeup. What I did to conceal even more, you know, playing makeup tricks and visual tricks, is just to apply the minimum amount of, let me just get this fringe out of the way for a second, on the eyelids, you know, just because we want to focus, have people's focus when they look at us at our non-problematic place, which in turns it would be the lips this time around. So I just applied a nude shade onto my eyelids to lift the look a little bit more, just the eyes, the eyelids. I created a defined line, not wing line or anything, just a defined line with a deep brown liner, and then I diffused it, if you saw it, with a brush. And then I lifted my upper eyelids up till the sky just to lift the eyes a bit more, make them look more awakened, and drew the waterline with nude liner, and refrained myself from applying mascara on the lower lashes, just so my eyes look more awake and we are distracting the focus of the problematic area. So now that we have our eyes centered and they're looking pretty nude, but still it's a more statement, chic statement with the liner and whatnot, we focus onto the lips, so we create the trend, the edge, the turn, the difference. We make the difference with the lips, and today I went for a really bold color. It's Cherry Skies from NYX, from the liquid suede, as you probably have seen. I've been having for the longest time this cold sore, so I wanted something real deep to conceal. But again, this is distracting the naked eye from taking full attention onto my eyes and distracting the people and making them look more onto my lips with this really complimentary look, lip color actually, for the look that I'm wearing today, which is all black and white, and it's the winter time, so in the summertime you might play with another color, but mind you, wear a bold lip and a naked eye almost, so this way you distract, you know, the people, the naked eye, you distract the people from looking onto your problematic area. You take the focus out of here and you bring the focus down here, but still you have worked this through. So that's my 5 cents on how I like to conceal the under eye bags and under eye circles on a daily basis. I think it works pretty well. People don't tend to be aware of the problems that I have on my under eye area up until I remove my makeup, so that pretty much speaks volumes onto how this works, and I think I have done this to several people and it worked on them as well, and today I wanted to share this tip from me to you. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a good thumbs up. Also, don't forget to click the subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and I always enjoy reading from you guys. So in the meantime, I hope you guys are having a great day, and see you in the next one. Bye!